Come in.
Hi,
Hi.
you're Rachel, right?
Yes,
Hi,
nice
I'm
to meet
Dan,
you.
nice to meet you. So, I'm with Enterprise Fleet Management, as we talked about before. We were very excited to receive your request for proposal because we think that we can definitely best suit your needs. We did notice that you guys are the #1 auto insurer in Virginia. That's
Yes,
very nice.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for me before we begin?
Not currently.
Okay, so if you don't mind, I'll move on. So I just have a couple questions for you.
Yes.
And so how many vehicles do you currently have in your fleet?
Maybe around 100
Around
or
100?
so.
Okay, 100. All right. Do you have any idea how much that you're gonna try to resell those vehicles for when you move on to your next company?
Not quite sure yet.
Not quite
It's
sure.
because some of them are used a lot, so we might have to do maintenance or.
Right, understand that. Do you know how much you're spending on fuel and maintenance costs on a monthly or yearly basis?
Not the exact number, but I think it's a little bit too much for our budget.
Okay, perfect. What's the most important thing to you as a company and to you as an individual when you're deciding what kind of vehicle you want to purchase?
Well, we would like eco-friendly is our #1 right now, and also cost efficient. Just so if we're cost efficient, we can help our customers be cost efficient as well.
Yes. All right. Is there a certain brand or type of car that you guys have in mind that you'd like to stick with or that you prefer?
The current one that we have right now, either Honda or Toyota.
Okay. Since you guys are an insurance company, how do you guys handle insuring your own vehicles?
We have a company plan for specifically our vehicles that we try to use.
Okay, so that plan is separate from the
Correct.
plans you guys offer anybody else?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. But you guys have that
It's
mapped out in your budget?
Yeah, it's a little similar, but it's a little bit, so our employees can get a little better discount.
Right.
But
And
it's
then-
similar to our current plan, so.
Okay, sounds good. Do you have any programs for your drivers to help them learn about safety and how to be, safe on the roads?
We do give them a crash course. It's like a 1-day thing, maybe like an hour or two. We do it for new employees.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm sure you guys do have a set budget. Do you know what that value is
For our cars,
Yes. for the whole budget in total? If you don't know that right now, that's totally
no,
fine.
I can give you a range, maybe like 100,000 or such.
Okay, and then, so with all this information, I'd like to go further and tell you what we can offer you guys. Is that
Okay.
okay if I
Yeah.
move on?
Yes.
Alright, so what we can offer you is a streamlined approach to fleet management. I'm not sure what you have now, but what we offer is a streamlined approach. So what the streamlined approach means is that we'll take your budget, what you have, what the money you have, and we'll tell you where it's going and what it's going to. So we'll give you very specific about where your money is going.
So for that, is there it's a detailed in paper format is what I'm assuming?
Yes, we can give it to you,
showing
we can give it to you in paper format, we can send it to you in a Google Doc, and
Okay.
anything, any way you guys want it.
Okay.
We would have it all on our databases, and we can print it out for you if you want that in paper too.
Okay.
Some of the big things that go on are, we have several big costs. We have the cost of the vehicles, you have your fuel cost, your maintenance cost, and the insurance costs.
Sure.
And then at the end, just like I asked you before, the reselling. That's the money that you're gonna get back for those vehicles when the time comes. So with the cost of vehicles, there's 2 ways to do it. We have our own pre-owned division,
Right.
pre-owned sales division.
Mhm.
And if you guys wanted to go down that route, we could help you out that way. Some of our, all of our pre-owned cars have 50,000, around 50,000 miles or less, which makes them, pretty good for what you guys need. They also have they're on a maintenance schedule. That means that every month they're getting the regular scheduled maintenance, their oil changes and things like that, so they have more longevity.
So for that, quick question. So
Mhm.
the maintenance, does somebody come to for our location and give us maintenance, or is it we have to go to the Enterprise to get the maintenance done?
You guys would have to drive the cars to an Enterprise location.
Okay.
And we can set up, specific locations that are closer to your job site, so that way it's easy for your employees to get there and get out, and they have to go somewhere.
Okay.
but yeah, you guys will come to our enterprise site, they will do the maintenance, and they will, you know, write it up as our fleet management sale. But if you wanted new vehicles, we can also go that route. We would act as the intermediary between you and the sales person, whether it's a national or a local retailer. What helps that is we can help you get the lowest price possible with working with them and make sure that the financing is as low as possible.
Okay.
The next is the fuel expense, and this is the one obviously that's very tricky because you don't know what gas prices are going to be on a
Right.
day-to-day basis or a week-to-week basis. So what we do here is we take the historical trends and we use that, and then we also need to know the other factors we need to know is how many average miles each driver is driving, and then we total that
Okay.
and then multiply. So if you do know that, that's great. If you don't, we can estimate. But what we can do is once the cars are purchased, we can add in a radio frequency device into each vehicle, and it'll tell us how many miles they drive, what their gas level is, their oil level, tire pressure, and things like that. So that way we can also help with the maintenance and things like that. So going forward, it can help us. And then the maintenance costs, we will get you on our similar schedule to our pre-owned sales division. And so we will have you on monthly checkups, regular scheduled oil changes, which will help determine and will help the longevity of each car. And then we can also help you determine how much should be allocated to for the occasional surprise maintenance cost, because we all know that cars have quirky things with them that come up. Any questions on that?
Just a quick question. So if we did go ahead and purchase cars from Enterprise, how long does it take for like the cars to get to our site? Because I know that like you have pre-owned ones, and also if we wanted new cars, we can get them. How long do you think the process will take for
The
that?
process will take at least a month or two,
Okay.
depending on if we're going if you wanted to buy new cars, depends on if you're going to a local retailer or a national retailer. And that depends, it varies on time, but we'd say around a month to 2 months. If you're going pre-owned, it all depends on how many vehicles of the one you want we have at our local site in Virginia.
Okay.
If we don't have them, then we can go, further out, Georgia, things like that, to get those vehicles in here.
Okay.
So that could possibly be faster. The pre-owned route could be faster to get cars here now. The new route would definitely take a little longer.
And for if there were cars, like you said, there weren't enough local cars in the local area and you were gonna get them from other places, is there like a fee for that to bring the cars here, or like will Enterprise cover that for us?
There can be a cost for that, but it depends on how far out they're coming from. So if
Okay.
they're just coming from a state or two away, there's no cost. But if it's coming from a state like New York, then there might be a little cost on that.
Okay.
And we can also work with you on, a discount for that cost and things like that.
Okay.
The other thing the other big cost is the insurance, but as we said, you guys take care of your own insurance, which is great. Not a lot of people understand how insurance works,
Mhm.
but you guys do. So that's great. All we will need again is to know what specific values you have for your budget, and we will add those in and, keep that detailed in there as well. And then, any question on that?
No.
Okay. And then when it comes to reselling the vehicles, as we said, we have our own pre-owned sales division, so we can keep the costs low on reselling and also keep your profits high.
Okay, so when the cars that we have right now that we want to resell, we can come to you, correct?
Yes, we will work through with them to either we will buy them from you or we can help you sell them to other people as well.
Alright.
Okay. Now I know I just threw a lot of information at you. So do you have any questions or concerns?
No, no questions, but, actually one. So if we wanna go ahead and go with purchasing the cars from Enterprise, is there a contract that we would sign, or how does this process go?
So the rest of the process is, so after this meeting, if you decided, I do have a contract here that you can sign.
Okay.
But with that, I just wanna, one concern that everybody has is not knowing what anything's gonna cost upfront.
Right.
But with that, I'm sure you know that, because we don't know how much any of the cars are gonna cost yet. We don't know how much fuel or maintenance costs are. So with that, what we will do is we can sign the contract now saying that you wanted to work with us. And then immediately after, we can have our specialist meet up with you, with your specialist, your financial specialist, look at your budget, detail it, and make sure that you guys know where everything is going.
Right, okay,
We'll be
so
there every step of the way.
I don't think I can sign the contract today. I would have to talk it over with someone else who makes the decisions with me, but I would love to get your contact information so I can follow up with that.
that is
Yeah.
perfect.
All right,
All right.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.